Welcome back, everyone. Today, I'd like to give a quick update on what we are going to do with Hero by Texas Movement. You can see the kind of merch samples scattered across the office here. You cannot see the secondary monitor, but what we are working on today is a rebuild of herobytm.com. Uh, there are things that the Malayali, Kerala American, I'm going to use that term. Um, we're going to kind of brand that as my ethnic foundation. Okay, so when we say the Kerala, that's spelled Kerala. Remember, we discussed it as a southwestern state in the country of India. I was not born there, but my biological mother and father, to the best of my knowledge, were born there. And the culture in which I was raised takes heavily from that 2,000-year-old Syrian Christian tradition. There are certainly denominational differences between groups of people there. It's a country of about 40 to 50 million people, very similar in size to the African American diaspora here in the United States. So a lot of the parallels that I draw in life are designed to, um, study the struggle of the historical struggle of the African American community and translate what is appropriate for my diaspora and our needs. Hero by Texas movement is one solution that I looked into very early on in the spirit of Air Jordan, having spent some time in the Chicagoland area in the 90s. The success of the Chicago Bulls organization not only shaped the megalopolis of Chicagoland, but also the country as a whole. And that was in part because of Michael Jordan's athletic leadership, but also because of Jerry Krause and Jerry Reinsdorf's organizational structure. The triangle offense was Tex Avery or Winter or something like that, uh, and then instituted by Phil Jackson. There was some rigidity of Caucasian and Jewish culture that caused a great deal of discomfort among the African American athletes. And that is symptomatic of what has been going on since slavery. And so it did not always sit well with me, and I believe Derrick Rose feels the same way. While the Bulls were successful in their organizational structure, let's see if we're still good. Are we still good? I believe we are. While they were successful in their tenure from the in the 90s, um, I believe there was some hesitation in the people of Chicago that formed the culture of Chicago in fully giving them their support, and I believe that's in part because of the Reinsdorf and uh, which family, the Kinsey family or the McCluskey, Kluskey maybe, and the Bears. The ownership of the teams and the ownership and the Ashkenazi Jewish overseeing of Chicago black culture has been very detrimental to both the financial progress and the lifetime security of the south and west sides of Chicago. As you travel up and down 63rd in Chicago and various neighborhoods in the west side, and through the neighborhoods where the projects were torn down and new things are being built or waiting to be built because of foreign ownership. These are things the Texas movement does not condone. And the closing down of elementary schools, grammar schools, as people in Chicago like to say, uh, it's very selective in certain neighborhoods. No synagogues closed down. No Jewish academies closed down. No bar mitzvahs were canceled. It is only the African American, and sometimes the Spanish speaking diasporas that have to deal with this. I don't take part in this illegal immigrant ICE discussion. I don't know how much of it has to do with me or how much of it has to do with Texas movement. My loyalty is to the city of Chicago and to the neighborhoods of Chicago. In that spirit, I designed Hero by Texas movement. Yes, it was kind of sparked by the Air movie, and you wanted to see what could be produced if you triggered me enough, and you decided to trigger me, and then I started something very close to Malcolm X's birthday, and then within 2 months, my mother was mysteriously dead. Just like Benji Wilson, who 1 day before his senior year was gunned down. 1 day before my father and mother's 40th wedding anniversary, we put her in the ground. On the same day that Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford were set to fight. Hero by Texas movement has a track and field based athletic division. One of the things about the culture of Chicago that we take very seriously is that there must be substance and spirit behind the culture of the city and behind any brand that seeks to represent the city. And the South Side and the West Side have distinct cultures both within them and separately. And we have done our absolute best from a suburban Caucasian perspective to not step on the toes of any historical, cultural significance that comes from the African American diaspora here in Chicago. We do not say Joe or uh, the Nine or um, we do say Goofy from time to time. But there are lines that we know that it is inappropriate for us to cross publicly in uh, closed environments at the homes of our family members. Of course, we carry a more liberal disposition. However, in a leadership capacity, we must honor the boundaries of historical significance, and I have done my absolute best to do that. I do not claim that any personal sacrifice I am making entitles me to any greater privilege of any kind. I don't want that message to be given to the children whatsoever, and I certainly don't want any genetic advantages I have, whether they be physical or otherwise, to be used as any type of collateral. I only want my work, uh, my, uh, my visible contributions to the community to be the collateral used, please. With that in mind, I want to update you on what Hero by Texas Movement is doing. We had a previous domain, herobytm.com, which John Stevenson, son of Pastor George Stevenson, who in my opinion, still is the senior pastor of International Christian Assembly of God in Schiller Park. Uh, that family has been an anchor for the Kerala American community here in Chicagoland and will be the primary hosts of the Pentecostal Kerala Conference coming to the Schaumburg area in July of this year. I would like the Chicago community to recognize George Stevenson's contribution to uh, the greater Chicagoland area and his spiritual guidance and leadership. And um, I would like to personally recognize John Stevenson and Jithan Joyson as future leaders of our spiritual diaspora. I am operating more in the war priest, um, self proclaimed title. And so I will be moving separately apart from the community congregation, but their defense is my primary priority and objective through the vehicle of Texas Movement International. We have a first and second generation footwear collection. We've outlined a few of those things already. We do have an AliveShoes.com partnership where there are currently 8 prototypes available for pre-order. There is a minimum requirement for mass production, and we are not sure what obstacles are being put in place so that purchases can or cannot happen. We do have our Stripe accounts linked, connected, and ready to go. And all of our suppliers are currently being linked to our new platform, hero.texasmovement.com. So for the foreseeable future, we are going to be working on updating the user experience of that subdomain of texasmovement.com. And we will make this as customer friendly as possible and as culturally accurate and precise as possible for the approval of the west and the south sides of Chicago, respectively. We want to carry both the spirit of Isaiah Thomas and Michael Jordan. We believe that there is a happy medium, and we believe that both African American and Puerto Rican thought leaders and cultural leaders, we would greatly aspire to meet their standards of approval culturally, and we are open to any and all feedback to bring us to that ultimate outcome. And we, as I said before, public office is not in my future plans. I would like a private office that belongs to me and belongs to Texas Movement so that I can prepare it for my successor if and when the Lord makes that person reliably available. And this is for the respect of our children collectively, and I want that to be the primary objective with Hero by Texas Movement. Our branding will say Hero, but like A Tribe Called Quest, you need to say the whole thing in reference. Hero by Texas Movement, it's said there. We have our Olympus series that is available for pre-order. We will have links available here. We need a higher pre-order count in order for that competition series to be mass produced, because that is a Chinese partnership that we have. We are very grateful to our factory partners in China for creating our 3 prototypes, Olympus Goldsmith, Olympus Presidential, and Hero Aquinas. Thank you, AliveShoes.com. Thank you to our other suppliers that are handling our general apparel, lifestyle, and performance apparel, as well as our first generation footwear. And I think that for the time being, obviously we are dealing with